Hey guys, Tony Smith with Yacht Specs Direct. I'm here with
Hugo.
Hugo. Now you are the captain on this vessel. What is it exactly?
This is a 102-foot Ocean Alexander yacht.
Awesome. So we're going to take a really quick tour of this boat and learn a little bit more. It is available for charter and will be available for sale pretty soon. So we just want to do a quick little run through. Let's do the walk and talk.
Perfect, let's do it.
What's the name of this? It's Robin's Nest 2?
This is Robin's Nest 2. It's actually named after the wife of the owner, and the first yacht was an 80-footer in San Diego, so now we've got the bigger 102-foot version.
Amazing. Now this is a 2008, is that correct?
Correct, it's 2008, but when you get inside, you're gonna see, you wouldn't think that. It's in really good nick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And it's been nice to tour around and see all the work that's going on, and you're really getting this back to Bristol.
Yeah, we've worked really hard on her. She's shining a lot. And yeah, I'm just really excited for getting her in the hands of someone that's gonna enjoy her, gonna use her. Boss is gonna move up to a bigger size, actually.
Okay, very cool.
Yachting.
Nice. So the cockpit area here, it looks really cool, and I'm seeing there's another boat. That's a chase boat for this one?
Right, you're correct. You're seeing that's a 2007 35-foot Intrepid. It's got a cabin on the inside too, so you can sleep up to two. And that we tow behind whenever we're heading to the Bahamas, the Caribbean, or really anywhere that we're going.
Okay, very cool. So that's a great feature to have, and you got this nice table, and then there's two jet skis that go along with it as well, right?
Correct. We've got these two very new Sea-Doos. I think both of them have less than 15 hours, so they're good to go. They're sporty, very light, very fast on the water.
Nice, excellent. So we're going to go ahead and walk inside, but I do like the Euro transom here, as well as the engine room access, so very nice. Let's go ahead and head into the salon. Cool. And take a quick look there.
Perfect.
So push button activated. Nice.
Perfect. Here you have the main salon, main chill space for the boat. Can fit, well, comfortably can fit a lot of people. We've got a TV in the middle, two couches running down the side, and a table for snacks, bar, drinks on the other end.
Very nice. Now, I love the classical woodwork on the boat, and it looks like you got some mahoganies, sapele mahogany, other things like that. And everything looks in really nice shape. Have you had to do much interior refit on this?
On this, no, this is all pretty original, the wood and such. There's been reupholstery to the furniture. There's new carpets that you're gonna see, and there's parts where they did install new flooring, but the outside, the shell, everything is original. She's just been kept in really good nick and hasn't been used too often.
Excellent. Yeah, what I was gonna say, it does feel like a very kind of a homey, rich colors everywhere, but this is like a very livable boat to hang out on. So I imagine this is a prime hangout area for the charters and such.
Exactly. As the Bahamas gets super hot, so whenever people are hanging out inside, this tends to be the spot. I'm going to show you a few other spots that people like to hang out in, but again, yeah, these 2008 OAs were modeled after Westports, so it's very, like you said, very woody, very classic, very timeless.
Excellent. Actually, let's go up to the galley area there, which would be like a country kitchen, is that right?
Perfect, yes. So this is a country-style kitchen. And as you open up to it, you can see it's full berth or full width of the yacht.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because whether you're sitting here to have a little breakfast, you can have a chat with the chef. It's very personal. It's not a little nook that he's cooking in that you don't get to see. So it's a cool feature because whether you're having breakfast, whether you're hanging out, it's a very social space. You've got full view of whatever's going on, so you can imagine if you're in the Bahamas, you get an instant view of the crystal blue waters that you're anchored out at.
Yeah, and even if you're underway, this would be just a great area while you're cruising around. So I'm going to just pan over here so people can see the actual galley itself. And you were saying this is a situation where it's a very kind of intimate, if you had a chef preparing, the people on charter or the owners could actually experience that, or it could be used as a personal galley as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like we were saying, the chef is an integral part here because people that are staying in the front of the boat or people that are staying in the back, they're always through this area. So it's very personal. You're going to have a lot of interaction. It is very much family style, and that's one of the perks of the boat.
Very cool. So we're going to get to the main accommodations, but why don't you show me this kind of bonus area we have up front first?
Perfect. So let's take a look. The boat's actually divided into two wings, which is really cool. Okay. And this is the first wing that we typically use for families, and you'll see why, because we have the only twin that's on board, minus the crew, is here. And this is typically where we'll put kids because they can be as loud as they want here. No one's going to really get in their way. They can play.
Yep.
And if they've got a nanny or just the parents on board, can stay here. And again, they're separate from the rest of the boat, so it's not really an issue with being too loud or just having their own space. When you have really small kids, it's good to have your own niche.
Definitely. And I do think that this is really a bonus area. Even if you had the two different families and you just wanted to have, all right, the kids are up here, you guys get the master this time, we're going to take the forward wing, and then switch it back and forth if you had a couple of brothers or something.
Exactly. That's what we'll do. Last time we had the owner and his family on board, they put the family that had the young kids here, and then the 20-year-olds that were drinking and hanging out at night in the other area.
All right.
So it works really well, and for these two rooms, this is the only time on board too that they share a head.
Okay.
So this is the
forward master head here, which
Right.
services these two. Okay.
Meanwhile, in the other wing, you'll see they all have en-suites.
Okay, very cool. Let's cruise to the main guest accommodations, and then we'll head up to the Sky Lounge after that.
Perfect. So heading back through the galley again. So it is nice. The chef likes to not be siloed too much in there.
Gotcha.
You've got this wing now that has the two VIPs, port and starboard, and the master stateroom, and all of these have their own ensuite.
Okay, excellent, very cool. And again, just the beautiful woodwork throughout, and then these have the larger heads here in the VIPs. So VIP on the starboard side. And why don't you show me the port side on this, and then how these windows open up?
So the really cool thing is these shades back here, as in addition to looking very like Asian or Japanese, they also double as covers for the portholes. So you see that there's portholes, and you can get a fresh look outside. Yeah, that's very cool.
And I like it, but again, on a bright day in the Bahamas, that does give you like a cool, like you said, an Asian sliding effect there. And a little interesting nook.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is the other VIP forward on the port. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the master next.
Let's do it. So the master cabin is full berth, so it gets the full width of the boat, and it comes with a his and hers head, and joined by a joint shower.
Very cool. So very classy master king size berth here, TV. You've got, again, the mirrored kind of Asian shades as well to the portholes there. I really like it. And then it looks like his and hers hanging lockers as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So closets are individual for each side. Everything's mirrored, so you have it on both sides.
That's nice, though. I like having the dedicated dresser there on either side, and then the his and hers bath here, and then the connection through at the shower. So this is a really nice feature. A lot of boats used to have this feature, and not many follow through with it now, but it is a very functional design for sure. And then everyone can basically have what they need where they need it. Very cool. Why don't we head back through and up to the Sky Lounge next? Would that work?
Perfect. Yeah, let's do it. And again, I'm not sure if we mentioned it the first time, but this area tends to be used for canapes, snacks, drinks, and obviously if there's inclement weather, you can also snack and eat back here.
Very cool. And while we're walking, why don't you describe the charter situation a little bit with this boat and what a charter experience would be like?
Sure. So typically we're chartering in the Bahamas. So we'll do the Exuma Island chain, and we'll basically go down there for a week, maybe up to 2 weeks, and we'll hang out at Staniel Key and all of that. And this boat works really well in the Exumas just because of the fact it doesn't draw too much. It's basically 1.6 meters or about 5 and change.
Yeah.
We're able to get really close in on a lot of really sweet anchorages. The boat's, yeah, it doesn't draw too much. It's 1.6 meters, so we can get really close.
About 5.5 feet.
Exactly,
for the
5.5 foot.
Okay.
And then we've got a swimming pool, we've got the jet skis, we've got some really nice inflatables, we've got glass bottom kayaks, paddle boards. So it works really well to get into those really shallow anchorages. We can get into Shroud Key, into the mangroves. So it's just a really good boat to both hang out on and then also get into some really cool places.
Amazing. I really like that. And the beautiful feature about this boat, when it was brand new, it wasn't really used. It was like a floating condo, right?
Pretty much, yeah. They were just using it for local cruising and the occasional trip to the Bahamas. So both engines actually have less than 3,000 hours, actually less than 2,500.
Okay, so for the age of the boat, 2,500 hours on a diesel engine, for people that don't know, is nothing.
Yeah.
So some people rack that up in a couple of years. So I think that's a really standout feature for this boat, is to have all the capability it has, the possibility of being a turnkey charter operation if someone wants, and then those low hours on it, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Exactly. She's either been in use or chartering at least once or twice a month since November of 2024. So she's well oiled by this point. We've got a good machine running. You're pretty much buying a charter operation or a business.
Could be. Okay, very good. And you were saying you can run this boat with a crew of 3 when you're kind of like bare bones charter, but then bare bones operation, but then when you're chartering, you would have a crew of 5. Is that right?
So we take up to 5. So we'll have a chef, captain, mate, engineer, and stew. And
Okay.
then that's how we roll. I mean, it is, yeah, it's a sizable operation because there is a big amount of boat, right? You've got 10 staterooms, so the stew gets pretty busy on charter, but we all help out.
Okay.
The mate will usually take the guests out for the day in the Intrepid. Again, that's why the Bahamas is so good, because you can get to so many places on the bigger boat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here we've got the swimming pool and everything set up for when you get back.
That's amazing. And the other feature that I like is you have these 5 display panels here. Some of them traditional, others have been upgraded, but you do basically have everything you need, including redundant radar and other systems.
Exactly. And the really cool thing is that you have such good visibility. We've got almost 360 degree bridge
Yeah.
here. And you've got the day head that's on board is also right here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and beautiful view out
Yeah.
if you're cruising and taking care of business there. Very good. If you don't mind, could we walk and see the Portuguese
Sure.
bridge, and then we'll head and take a look at some of those charter toys.
Let's do it. Sunny's right here, actually. So, just so you get view of it as well, very easy. You've got the 2 wing stations. They just
Excellent. Okay,
Pop
so
out.
with the wing station, you would use these on either the starboard or the port when you're docking the boat, is that correct?
exactly. For instance, if I was to come off the dock here, I've got really good visibility all the way back down, and then I've got the controls I need here. I got thrusters, I've got engines, I've got full vis, and it's very easy.
And
to
those
do.
are hydraulic thrusters, correct?
Exactly, hydraulic.
So you're not going to
thrusters.
burn through the battery pack, you got plenty of power to keep going.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
very cool. Thanks for pointing that out, because that is a very unique feature. And I think for an experienced captain that's getting into this size range, it's definitely a very kind of owner-operator. If you've operated a bigger boat, it's feasible to jump into something like this.
Exactly. That's also what I was talking about before. Like, if I was to buy a yacht, like, this is a really sweet setup. As owner-operator, you have a lot of room. It's really easy to drive. She drives pretty well. Like I said, the machinery and everything on here hasn't been used that much at all.
Yeah.
And for the age of the boat, almost 20 years, it's pretty unheard of. So you're buying something that you can at least use really easily and feasibly.
Beautiful. And I just wanted to have this nice shot here. You've got some sun pads there, and then the guests can walk around on the weather deck on either side to access that, correct?
Exactly, and you'll see when we come downstairs, it's really nice because on a 102, it's not guaranteed that you have full access walking all around the boat. And on
Got
this
it.
on this boat, you can see it's full width. You don't have to struggle any. It's really easy to get
Yeah,
across
it's
the whole
definitely
deck.
very comfortable. So let's go ahead and cruise back in now. And I want to look at some of these toys and tenders and jet skis and whatnot that you got on the transom here.
Sure thing. So if we go back here, you'll see we've got another hangout spot. And again, for a 102, it's actually really spacious in terms of areas to hang out in.
Sure.
So now we've got here is the Sundeck or the Flybridge, whatever you want to call it. We've got a few different places you can sit, chill, again, drinks, canapes, winding down after dinner, maybe winding down after some activities during the day, or dinner, and a jacuzzi there. So there's a lot of versatility to this space, but it's a really cool place to hang out in. And one thing you'll see, we've got umbrellas and some sun loungers in the back.
Yeah.
Cool thing is at anchor, this space opens up, so you actually have some room here.
Yeah.
We'll use the crane. It doubles as a feature to actually hold this in place. You've got a little egg seat, so you can have people just hanging out again, snacks, drinks, hanging out back here.
Okay. And so when you say the crane, that's this davit here, so you're actually hanging that off the side. Very cool.
So this hangs off, that hangs off the davit. And then this is the same davit that will then pick up the jet skis that you saw at the beginning, and it'll put them here.
Perfect.
So we try to be really efficient with the space that we have. Being a 102, you don't have a bunch of hatches and lockers or maybe a tender garage like you'd be used to on a bigger yacht. But again, using the davit, we can open up this space, put everything off the back, and then maybe we can show later the photo, but you can basically, we have a swimming pool that's right in here, and again, that gets inflated, trails off the back of the boat, as well as little...
So just for perspective, we're looking at this dock here. You're saying when the swimming pool and everything is deployed, it goes back to about the 4th piling, is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. I'd have 4th piling from the back, just would be inflatables, toys, swimming pool, jet skis would be trailing back there, and even the tender could sit on the hip like it is right here, or it could even be part of the arrangement.
Amazing. I really like it. I think you check a lot of boxes here. The fact that it's got the chase contender boat, that's got the tow behind capability, or you could use that for advanced missions. You got the 2 newer jet skis. You got a nice jacuzzi here. You got a grill. Just a really nice operation for private or for charter.
Yeah, exactly. People really like it. Everyone's comments is always they're very surprised at how much space we have. You go into this thinking what a 102 is or what it's going to be. You get the 2 wings in different areas for the staterooms. You've got this big area in the back that opens up. You have all the inflatables that come out the back. Like I mentioned before, we have the glass bottom kayaks, a stand-up paddleboard. So we end up having a lot more kit than you'd really expect, and I think that's why she does well in charter as well. She's priced well and she's got a lot of good amenities.
Amazing, very cool. Thank you so much for showing me this. On behalf of myself, Tony with Minted Yachts,
And Hugo, captain of Robin's Nest.
thank you so much for visiting this Ocean Alexander. Hugo, I really enjoyed the time today. And if anyone wants additional information, they can hit us up, yachtspexdirect.com, either for charter info or for information on the vessel for sale. So thanks again, Hugo.
Perfect. Great for having you.
We'll see you on the next tour. Take care. For additional information, please feel free to email me at ts@mintedyachts.com. Also, feel free to text me at 404-805-9819.